What's up, everybody? Handful of plays, probably close to my usual number on the board for today. I crossed a couple out because I didn't like how shitty the odds were, basically. So we're going to start off with Malik Beasley over 3.5 threes. He's covered this 8 of his last 10, averaging 4.6 per game, 23 of 37 on the road. He's covered this number, averaging 4.31 per game. He had 4 the last time they placed. Sorry, I can't talk. They last time they played the Warriors. They're in Golden State, or they face Golden State tonight. Minus 130 on points bet. Elias Lindholm over 1.5 shots on goal. He's hit this 8 straight, 9 of 10, averaging 3.2 per game. 33 of 64 on the year. He's covered this number. 2 of 2 versus Tampa Bay, averaging 3 per game. Minus 167 on Ballybet. Oh, a couple other basketball ones I'm looking at, not sure of yet. Steph Curry over 0.5 steals. Damian Lillard over his points, rebounds, or points, assists, rebounds number. Tyrese Halliburton over threes. I'm thinking about playing them, just so you guys know. And let's get back onto it. Sam Bennett over 2.5 shots on goal. He's hit this 8 of his last 10, averaging 4 per game over that stretch. 21 of 32, he's hit this number at home, averaging 3.47 per game. 2 of 2 versus Buffalo, averaging 3 per game when they face the Sabres. Minus 149 on Bet Rivers. Cale Makar over 2.5 shots on goal. He's covered this 8 of his last 10, averaging 4 per game over that stretch. 17 of 32 at home. He's covered this number, averaging 2.94 per game. 37 of 63 on the year, averaging just over 3 per game. Face Toronto tonight. Colorado he plays for, minus 156 on Unibet. I'm thinking about Jason Robertson over 2.5 shots on goal. Undecided on that one still. Dylan Holloway over 1.5 shots on goal. He's hit this 5 straight, 9 of 10, averaging 2.7 per game. He's covered 23 of 31 on the road and 2 of 2 versus LA, averaging 3.5 per game. Minus 169 on Ballybet. Rupe Hintz over 1.5 shots on goal. He's hit this 8 of 10, averaging 2.2 per game, 17 of 28 on the road, 41 of 58 on the year. He's covered this. 2 shots on goal versus Edmonton last time. This one, minus 165 on BetMGM. It's probably the least confident out of my list on is the Rupe Hintz, but I'm still playing it because my analytics like it a lot tonight. Nikita Kucherov over 2.5 shots on goal. He's covered this 7 of 10, averaging 3.1 per game, 20 of 30 at home. He's covered this number, and 2 of 2 versus Boston, averaging 4 per game. Bruins just trading away Marchand. I think that's a big factor for the Bruins, and I think Tampa Bay could have a lot of fun in their game against Boston today. Minus 165 on BetMGM is the Kucherov stat. And follow that up with Tampa Bay, 5-5 their last 10 versus Boston. But like I said, with the trades the Bruins made, they seem to be starting to rebuild as their season's getting away from them. Boston 2-6-2 their last 10 games. Tampa Bay 9-1 their last 10. Tampa Bay minus 1.5, minus 108 on 3 ET, and I'm looking into the under because I just don't know if I don't know how Boston's gonna come out and get 0 goals because their captain just got traded, or are they gonna come out and be one of them teams that's missing a couple stars and just light shit on fire? I'm taking my chances with Tampa minus 1.5, but I do lean the under in this one. Got to do a little more looking into that one. I'd love to take Florida and Nashville tonight, but the odds just aren't there, and I don't quite like them enough for the minus 1.5. But I might parlay those two on the money line, see if that gives me value. It might not, as they're like minus 300 and minus 260 or some shit like that. Basketball. Oh, one more hockey. St. Louis 5-5 the last 10 versus LA. Won 4 straight versus the Kings. St. Louis is 7-2-0-1 their last 10. LA is 4-3-1-2 their last 10. Minus 179 on points bet. Over to the NBA, we got Brooklyn 8-2 straight up, 5-4 against spread versus Charlotte. Brooklyn's 3-7 straight up, 5-5 against spread their last 10. Charlotte's 1-9 straight up and 4-6 against spread their last 10. I like Brooklyn on the money line, minus 172 on Ballybet. Houston minus 7.5, minus 115 on Proline. Toronto Raptors, 8-2 straight up and against spread their last 10 versus Washington. So nice to be able to pick my Raptors with how shitty and disappointing the season's been, but I do get it. Going for the lottery pick, which I don't like losing games, but I do love seeing all the rookies and young players on the Raptors to see which ones might be good going forward for my favorites. Washington's 3-7 straight up, 5-5 against spread their last 10. Raps are 5-5 straight up, 6-4 against spread. I'm taking a shot on Toronto on the money line, minus 148 on Bet Openly. Milwaukee Bucks, 8-2 straight up, 4-6 against spread versus Orlando their last 10 meetings. Orlando 7-3 straight up, 4-6 against spread their last 10 games. Milwaukee's 8-2 straight up, 7-2-1 against spread. I'm going to take Milwaukee on the money line, minus 170 on Sport Trade. And finally, this one, I'm just putting a half unit on because I fucking hate Duke. They're one of my most hated teams in all of sports. You got Man United, Duke, and the Dallas Cowboys, and probably the Pittsburgh Penguins as my four most hated sports teams in the entire world. So take that into account when you listen to my shows, because you tend to bet worse. You tend to let your mind trick you when you're betting against teams you hate, even more so than when you're betting on teams that you love. So take that into account when you do your picks. But I'm going to take North Carolina on the spread. I forgot to write it down. It's just going to be a half unit play for fun, but wanted to put that out there as a possible rivalry and a possible upset. Anyways, good luck with all your bets today. Peace. Oh, and by the way, fuck you, Donald Trump. You're a pussy. Nobody's fucking scared of you. Nobody fears you. Nobody respects you. You're a laughingstock. You're a weak, feeble old man. So fuck you, Trump. Peace.